I got into an LOC because I was not happy with the way services were in our area. I think going on from there, once you start to get more involved with what an LOC does, you just get sucked in. It just becomes part and parcel of what you do. And then my role changed so that I started to support contractors, performers, and help the LOC to develop further services.
Given that we're looking at a ton of change, what's the LOC's value? Where's this going to move to?
It's about understanding what is the role of an optometrist, and that role is evolving, that role is changing now as well. And I think the LOC's responsibility in this is to help in that area drive change forward, and whether that be enhanced services or a different role for optometrists to provide that service. But it will be a very different role to what we had a role as optometrists.
Going forward, there's going to be a much greater emphasis placed on kind of medicalisation of practices and doing those kind of services.
Yes.
Where do the LOCs fit in that?
I think it is for local optical committees to really help work with the local stakeholders, whether that be the hospital, whether that be the NHS, to maximise use of optical practices in the delivery of eye care in their area. And I think LOCs are at the heart of that new service development with the support of LOCSU and then the primary eye care companies in terms of delivery.
So somebody newly qualified coming into the sector, is this something that they dive into now?
If you're new and fresh and newly qualifying, I think you're trying to understand the world, that you've entered, and the amount of work involved and how things work on a day-to-day practical level. The beauty about being in an LOC as a new person is you get that understanding and knowledge, and you have access to these people, and you can enact change and support the direction of travel in your local area. And if you're a contractor, what you want is to support the growth and development of your practice. If you're a practitioner, you want to be involved providing high quality services, and actually that means you need to be involved in all that change. That means whether that be NHS change, whether that be regulatory legal change, you actually want to be at the heart of that understanding. So actually you're moving forward with those changes and maximising the use and involvement of optical practices in that all the way through. I don't think for anybody it's something you can sort of jump into. I think what happens as ever is something that evolves based on individuals, their skill sets, their interests, and what they engage with. And I think getting involved with LOCs is the underpinning element. Engaging with your LOCs, getting involved with your LOC and be engaged locally. And I know for myself it was like Rupesh, it was a developmental thing, and actually as you go along you develop access various training and support mechanisms available locally, outside the sector, inside the sector, etc., to drive yourself forward. And so actually we shouldn't put anybody off. What it is, it shows the breadth and width of the options available to practitioners in the world of LOCs, commissioning, and supporting the sector locally. There's lots of options.
How did you find out about your LOC?
Every LOC has their own website, every LOC has a communications officer or someone who leads on communication, and every LOC is very, very keen to engage with the people within their area and the optometrists within their area. I think any student optometrist who's interested should really, really contact their LOC and try and get involved with their LOC.
There are lots of resources and support actually that even people who are students and newly qualified can really engage and find a value through the LOCs, whether that be local education and training and getting to know your area ahead of time.